Hi there. Welcome back to the grand finale. I think it's the grand finale. I'm going to do a quick check. Yep. I think it's the grand finale of the book series, which I've had so much fun making, and I've really enjoyed going through it. Now, my books are very much going to change in the next month, but I've already gone through those cards, so I think it'll be a long time before I ever revisit these books on camera. I like to page through them on my own, but this was a really fun way for all those people who watch these book series. Thank you very much for watching them. I keep saying it, so much fun going back, looking at my cards and going, man, these are fun. And I can't wait to share this joy with my kids someday when he's a little older. So here I have my top four NBA. So these are my top four favorite players ever. I like to hunt their cards separately and then pop them in here to this binder, so they aren't positional. So starting out, and this is in no particular order. This is just the order I put them in. But I would say the top four. This is why I call the top four and not a top five. These four guys are tied for my favorite player of all time. If you were to twist my arm, I don't know who I would pick, and so I just put them all in the binder. There is no specific order here. They're just all in there. So first we got the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. When he got drafted, I was so psyched. One of my best friends, they went and met him, and they said he was the nicest guy, so I was like, okay, I'll root for this foreign kid that the Bucks drafted, because we were on a roll of drafting foreign kids. I was actually going to school in the greater Milwaukee area in Mequon when he got drafted, and I read a report that was like, he's gonna be the next Kevin Durant. And I said, maybe, yeah, right. You know, my friends and I laughed it off, and he literally has had the most amazing career you could guess from a little skinny kid from Greece. So Giannis, my wife and Giannis share a birthday. She's a huge Giannis fan. My daughter now is saying Giannis. It's adorable. Giannis and Bobby. But we love Giannis. Anytime I can pick up another Giannis, I do. Anytime I pull a Giannis, I get pumped. I've gotten the chance to watch him more than a few times in person, from this era all the way to this era. So I have a lot of Giannis jerseys. He is fun. There's a dunk highlight clip where Giannis just yams it on a Sacramento Kings player, and I love that. I absolutely love that dunk. We were there for that. So love the Greek freak. Hop into Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, how do I put this? He probably was, like, in terms of like NBA players, like my first crush, you know, like my best. He was the best when I was a kid, and honestly, I think it's because he wore number 34. But I remember my grandma, when I was in like 4th grade, she owned a silk screening business, and she made me my very own Paul Pierce sweatshirt, and I don't know if I took that thing off for a month. I have always been a Truth fan. These days, every time he opens up his mouth, I'm like, oh, come on, Paul. But I love the Truth. To this day, it just brings me like so much nostalgia and joy. I almost like separate his bad takes from his play. And then, you know, he's so memed now, but look at all these cracked ice. Oh yeah, those are sweet. He's almost like memed now with like the whole like poop in his pants thing, and it probably happened, but it doesn't mean I'm not a fan of him. I love Paul. I look at Paul Pierce and I just see like my childhood and like drafting him on almost every team growing up. I had to have Paul Pierce on my teams, and I've just always enjoyed his. I just always enjoyed him. Eddie Jones and Daryl Armstrong. That's a fun card. A lot of Paul Pierce cards. Every time I see one, I pick it up. I don't even care what the quality is. All these I've collected. All these I've collected on my own. So yeah, my dad was not a Paul Pierce fan. He was a little too out of the NBA by this point. But Paul is the man. I remember having Lego Paul. You could see that card. I loved on too much as a kid. A lot of dents, but I am probably like what you'd consider just like such a pure collector, in that I love cards. I love looking at cards. I love like cards even like that. And not in it for the money ever. I love obviously looking at the prices, like that's fun to me, but I'm never gonna sell stuff. Well, I love collecting this stuff. It's just fun. Antoine and Paul, that's like, excuse me, my very first duo that I absolutely loved watching. Sorry for the yawn. I'm recording this really late because we're going to be gone for a few days, and this is my final book. I remember getting this this card at a place in Indiana. On to the next guy, Ben Wallace. I love Paul Pierce, but man, is Ben Wallace the coolest guy in NBA history to me. I know that's subjective. Some people like AI, Kobe. This was Ben for me. And I loved getting blocks as a kid because of Ben. I love afros to this day, cornrows. You know, being a little white kid from Wisconsin. That was not going to be in the cards for me, but man, did I always look up to Ben Wallace and his work ethic and his defense. It's why I in high school legit enjoyed defense more than offense. Not that I didn't like scoring the ball, but yeah, I need more Ben Wallace cards. He has always been one of my favorite players, but his cards are hard to find for this area. And then last week at Dirk, I love this card down here with like the starting five. I wish I could get more of those cards. Dirk Nowitzki, you know, I talk about defense with Ben, but offensively, I wanted to be Dirk as a kid. Anytime Dirk was on TV, I got so pumped because his shot is one of the most butter things. And then I got to play pep band in college for the Milwaukee Bucks, and Dirk was on the court. I have a video yet on probably Facebook of him warming up, shooting some free throws, and I was fangirling, and yeah, that's a wonderful moment. And Giannis was on one end, Dirk on the other. That I'll never forget. I mean, two of my top four guys, and they're on the floor at the same time, so this is a sweet card here, but Dirk Nowitzki. Love that guy. So, that's my top four guys. An unconventional top four. And you're going, top four? What about a top five? Well, like I said, I think KG would make that fifth spot. But it's just too tough. And honestly, KG is just a step below these four. And so I didn't include them. So that is my collection. And that's the book series. So drop a comment. Do you like any of these players? Who's your top four? Who's your top five? Who's your top 10? I don't care. Drop a comment down below. I want to make a video coming up here of just my favorite 5 positions of each NFL character. I'm thinking about like putting it on like a Google slide or something and doing like a screencast on my phone and going through my favorite players. But let me know. Let me know in the comments. Who do you like? Who's your top 5? All right, thanks for watching the book series. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week, and may the Lord bless you always. Remember that. Bye.